Okay, so this is going to be a 200 ticket Gachapon run. I kind of had some issues. Like it was letting me do Gachapon, and I kept getting an error. I mean, for the fact it let me do Gachapon the first time, I was like, okay, what's the problem? And then it was continuing to let me do it, and I was like, all right. And then I just kept getting error, 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 and I was like, hey, what the hell? Um, so I kept getting the error, and I finally ended up looking at my used inventory, and apparently it was full. So this video ends up being way longer than it needs to be. It'll be a bit shorter though because of the fact of being sped up, but it's not going to be much shorter. Like I said, sadly, they kept giving me error, and I wasn't really paying attention. Because the fact that it was working, but then all of a sudden it didn't want to work. Like I was like, okay, like I was just I kept doing at EA, and it still wasn't working. So I was like, okay, and I ended up changing channel, I think. I was just like getting so lost on like what the hell was going on. Um, but like I said, then I ended up realizing it was because my use was actually full. Um, so I started doing Gachapon again. Like I had dropped a scroll, and then it continued to work, and I was like, okay. So like I was honestly confused, like what was going on, and then I kept getting the error again, and so yeah, I kept being so lost on what the hell was really going on. Um, so like I said, this does go on for quite a long time. That was one of the nice things I got. I ended up selling that I think for 25 mil. I think. I'm pretty sure I sold that for 25 mil, if I remember right. So either 20 or 25 mil. I can't remember too sure, but yeah, I think I sold it for like 25 mil. I didn't really care. I mean, I already have one. I didn't really mind to sell it for somewhat of a cheap price. I know they are rare. I've only gotten two out of like 400 Gachapon tickets in total, so they are pretty rare. I mean, here like I changed channels. Like I was doing everything. Because I was so confused on what was going on. Like I kept getting eclipse and stuff, and then out of nowhere it just kept messing up. And I was like, what is going on? And then I was just realizing it says error because of the fact that my use is full. But I wasn't fully paying attention to that because, like I said, it continued to work, but then it just kept giving me error. So I was just kind of lost on what exactly was going on there. Um, I did get quite a few things though out of this to extract, which was pretty nice to get some philosopher's stones and superior monster crystals and stuff. So that was definitely pretty nice. Um, Here, let me see. I'm actually gonna skip through a little bit of this because, like I said, like a lot of this was kind of useless. It's things I just pretty much dropped. Like I said, pointless, really pointless things. Um, I didn't really get a whole lot out of this that was actually good, sadly. I mean, I got some of the Tempest gear, which I sold for any of the gear that wasn't weapons. I sold for 1.5 or 2 mil a piece. Um, I think I got like the gloves. I know I got the gloves. I think that was really it. I think it was the gloves. I know I previously had the cape, but I ended up selling that as well. Um, and I ended up seeing in the chat that that thief had actually gotten a Tempest ring, and like I honestly wish that I had like that Tempest ring that Strongest has. Oh my god, plus 8,000 attack. Like, oh my god. I swear, like, out of all the Gaspar I've done and all the Tempest items I get, I have yet to get a stupid, I have yet to get a stupid Tempest ring, which is, kind of annoying, but um, right now, because of the fact of buff channels though, and able to get in X really quick, able to go farming quite a lot, and farming in the PMD dungeon maps at Roids because they're level 220, and they give 1 point, I think it's 1.15 or 1.18 or something. I think it's like whatever. It's 1.1 mil experience basically. Um, the Because of the fact of that I have the Mercedes Link skill, I'm actually getting about 1.3 times experience, or 1.3 mil experience. So that is pretty nice to actually get that. Um, as well as the fact that because of the fact of farming in the PMD dungeon maps, though, it's actually giving me the ability of getting a ton of the clover coins. Now, because of the fact of being able to get a bunch of clover coins, that will allow me to buy, I think it's called the Sapphire. I want to say it's called the Sapphire Clover Ring, but I feel like that's actually wrong. But no matter, whatever the hell it's called, it costs 350 coins. That's basically the next thing that I would kind of go for. I've already bought the Dark Angelic Blessing Ring. You can see I have the buff actually at the top of the screen up there. Um, but it was definitely nice to actually get the, even just having the Dark Angelic Blessing. Like, yeah, sadly, it can't be potentialed and whatever. I didn't really mind him getting an extra 10 weapon attack. That's, to me, that's nice. I mean, I didn't have 4 rings anyway, so I mean, it's definitely nice. I think right now I'm at 3 rings still. Um, yeah, I'm still missing a 4th ring to be wearing, but like I said, I think I'm just gonna just farm until I can get 350 coins and just use the level 130 sapphire ring. I think it's 130 or 120, whatever the hell it is. But it can be scrolled and it can be potentialed, so that'll be amazing. Of course, sadly, right now we have no way of obtaining 100% potential scrolls, and there's no way of getting like Tim's lab or any other item that can give us 100% potential to an item, which kinda sucks. It would be nice to actually see a potential scroll um, that maybe has like a rather low-ish kind of rate of success, but has 0% chance of destruction. That would kind of be nice to have that. Just for the fact that if you're doing like high level items or items that take you way too long to obtain, for instance, Meister weapon. Strongest is actually getting really close. He's gonna be the first one to make a Meister weapon, and with him being able to make a Meister weapon though, I mean like blowing that up, you would like want to go jump off a bridge. Not even joking, cause to farm all the stuff you need for it, for one, it would take you a few days to farm the stuff for it. Not to mention the fact of getting lucky for the fact of for the fact of obtaining like the superior item crystals. That can take you a few days to get those. Philosopher stones is really just kind of getting lucky. While getting the philosopher stones is that luckily just getting them. If it comes down to it, maybe you might get lucky and just only get the superior crystals pretty quick, but you won't get like philosopher stones or something. And that's what I'm kind of saying. Like it's really kind of iffy on that. Like you could get really unlucky when it comes to doing the alchemy stuff, a portion that you need for a Meister weapon. And then the fact that 1,000 twisted essence or twisted times, uh, that's not really too difficult to get. You could probably farm it in a day. It would take a while. You can probably get like anywhere between like 100 to 200. If you use it like a 2 times drop, you could easily get the 1,000 you need in a day. but it's definitely a struggle. It's not too simple to really obtain like a ton of them. I mean, again, that just comes down to really just having luck. Um, if you're just you have like a lucky hour and you might get like 150 or something. Just getting like really lucky. But it's so hard to pretty much just rely on just having luck. So that really doesn't help too much on that part. But because of that fact though of like you can see even in the video, strongest was my superior item crystals. He was having terrible luck, very bad luck. Um, like he's been trying to get superior item crystals, and I told him a way to do it. He's been doing that way, and it wasn't really working apparently for him. So then I told him another way, which is using the level 200 Root Abyss map, and he was doing that. And he ended up, I think he said he ended up with with it was like 15 golden clover boxes, and then like 50 of all the class boxes, having 4 times drop in one run of the Root Abyss. And he only got, I think he said like 20 something, 20 something um, superior monster crystals from that. So yeah, he wasn't really having a whole lot of luck, to be honest. And Philosopher's Stones, I'm guessing he already completely has. Right now, all I'm missing is superior item crystals and superior item crystals and Philosopher's Stones. That's all I'm missing right now. And then, of course, also the fact that I'm still missing a character with Meister Smithing. What I might end up doing, though, is because of the fact that strongest is already a Meister. Whenever I have my supplies, I might just have him make it. Uh, I mean, I don't see any reason why he would, try to take my items and not give me my weapon. And I'm also not 100% like. I'm assuming you can't fail making a Meister weapon, because I mean that would just kind of blow like really bad if you failed making the Meister weapon. But I'm going to guess you can't fail. But I mean, I honestly could be wrong. I've never really done like Meister weapon crafting stuff. Never really got this much into crafting, I guess. I was just kind of somewhat getting into it just because, I mean, it was definitely worth it. I mean, at the beginning, like, I made some pretty okay money at the beginning just from, just from doing everything that I needed for like, having money-wise. Like, it definitely helped quite a bit. I mean, I sold 20, like, I think it was like 20 Philosopher's Stones for like 400 mil, which was, something that definitely helped me at the beginning, but now it's kind of like I wish I just kept the damn things, honestly. But yeah, I need 150 superior item crystals anyway, so yeah, why not just go ahead and not really worry about it, and hopefully just get all philosopher's stones while I'm getting all my superior item crystals. Like I said though, I mean it might take me a bit to finish up getting all the rest of the items. Well, getting the finish up getting the spirit item crystals and the philosopher's stones. It might take me another 2 or 3 days to end up getting them, unless I can just happen to get lucky. But basically just end up giving might be just giving all my supplies though to strongest to actually make my Meister weapon for me, which would definitely be nice. Because, yeah, having my Meister weapon, damn, that thing will boost me like crazy for damage wise. I already know it. Like I've played other servers where I was able to see Meister weapons, never got to actually equip one, but I remember seeing one of them. It was like perfectly scrolled out, amazing perfect potential. There was no percent boss on it, because no one needed percent boss on Alinea, because you just went to buff channels and that's where you spent your days. So there was no reason for percent boss. So what the weapon actually had was, it was like all stats plus 12% 3 times. The bonus potential was all stats plus 12 3 lines again, and the socket that was in it was all stats, I think, plus 6%. That thing was a beast. And it gave me so much attack. So, I mean, I can only imagine. I mean, granted, because of the fact it was perfectly scrolled out, it was, pretty much perfectly potentialed to the best that they could get it to. I mean, like, I don't really know exactly the base attack of a Meister weapon. Um, and I know there's no way in hell that I can get as lucky as I did with my weapon, having 9 scrolls work. I mean, my god, like, I got super lucky having one, having one scroll fail. I mean, like, I had the hugest luck doing that, like, my god. Um, but I mean, right now, like, my weapon is like crazy attack. It's like 137 damage on it. I'm pretty sure Meister weapon clean is not that much. It might be pretty close to that, but I feel like it won't be that damn much. But maybe though. I don't know. Like I said, I haven't looked at it in a little bit, so I don't know what the base attack of it is. But definitely when getting a Meister weapon though, that'll definitely boost my damage quite a lot, I would say. Whenever, having it scrolled out, cubed, and everything. I mean, it's just the one thing that sucks though is that we really need to have shield scrolls and protection scrolls so that we can actually use a protection scroll on our Meister weapons to potential it, and then when having a potentialed, then we're gonna want to scroll it, and we want to be able to have a perfect one, because if we just get completely unlucky and have like 2 scrolls work, like, the weapon's gonna be a piece of shit, and we're just gonna want to throw it away. So, I mean, that's the one thing, like, if the scrolls just sit there and just fail, the weapon's gonna be practically useless. So, hopefully we'll be able to have like protection scrolls and shield scrolls, and a little bit of an easier way to get. Shield scrolls aren't too bad to obtain though, but whenever you need a bunch of them, I mean, like, I'm pretty sure Mike's weapons have 8 scroll spots. I'm pretty sure. So we're gonna need 10 shield scrolls, which is 80,000 points of boss B or of PQ points, which isn't too bad. Like, doing current PQ, people say it's not too bad to do. It can be kind of annoying, it seems, but it's not terrible to actually do it. But I mean, like, that just seems annoying because you'd have to do, see, to get 80,000 points. If you just say roughly you're getting 800 points a run, that's gonna be 100 KPQ runs, which could take you, like 300 to 500 minutes. I'm not really wanting to do KPQ for 10 hours just for some shield scrolls. When the fact that you'll need more than that, because if one of the scrolls fails, you're gonna need to get more. So I mean, farming KPQ for like 2 or 3 days or something to get all the PQ points, that would be obnoxious. I mean, you can kind of see what I'm saying. Like, it would just be obnoxious. Like, I understand them, having them be rare. Yes, that makes sense. Like, I posted this actually on the forums, but I mean, definitely we should be able to buy this stuff with NX. Being able to buy shield scrolls and shield scrolls, protection scrolls, or shielding wards. So they're pretty much the same thing. Shielding wards are, or like I said, they're pretty much the same exact thing. It just allows the item to not blow up. Not blow up whenever you're using something that would normally blow up your item. It'll protect it from that. So I mean, really though, like, it's one of the things I don't understand, like, why, uh, why exactly it is they made those things so difficult. I mean, I understand, like, yeah, you don't want people to have, like, ridiculously OP as hell weapons. Like, yeah, it makes sense. But, I mean, damn. Like, it really just does not make any sense to sit there and have it that, they're almost impossible. Like, a protection scroll is 200,000 PQ points. There's no reason for that. No reason for 200,000 PQ points. Like, that would literally just take forever. Strongest was doing like a little bit of math on my forum post, and so it would take about 16 and a half hours to be able to get one protection scroll. Yeah, I'm not one to sit there and farm KPQ for that damn long. There's no way in hell that I would want to farm it for that long. Because honestly, if I was to farm it for that long, like, good lord, like, that would just, no. I would prefer to just, farm in the normal spots I farm in. Because, I mean, KPQ, it's not like you get, like, a bunch of experience. I mean, at my level, I would literally be, like, wasting time. Because all I would be doing is just solidly gaining stuff from my gear. And not gaining any kind of NX, not gaining any money, not gaining any experience. Only gaining one thing. Which, to me, is rather pointless. Like when you're farming, you're aiming to get more than one thing, or at least you're aiming for one thing and you're getting other things at the same time. Because I mean, it's basically if you look at like I go to do the Roid map for the PMD dungeon maps. I go and do that Roid map, and I do it so that I can get XP. For a bonus, I get maple leaves, a little bit of money, some cubes, some gachapon tickets. I can occasionally get the PMD scroll boxes, which I can use for extracting. I can get a bunch of NX while I'm there, and I get really good experience while I'm there. So, I mean, you can kind of see what I'm getting at. Like, especially with the fact that now NX farming is getting well off easier. Um, and gaining experience is getting pretty simple. Really doing KPQ is going to be something no one in their life will ever want to do. So, it will be nice to just be able to just pay for a lot of this stuff with NX. Like, hell, even if you make them 1 to 2 mil NX, like, that's still better than making it to where we have to farm KPQ that, like, no one wants to do in their life. Getting two other people to do it with you, it's just pointless. Like, if you make it like some crazy amount of NX, that's fine. You make it some crazy amount of NX, like, you know, 1-2 mil NX or something, to where it might take you, like a day, but you could probably get a few of them in a day. But maybe even make them ridiculous or something. Make them like 5 mil NX or some shit. I don't know, like something to where we can farm in a day or on our own. We can farm, do whatever the hell we want to do to be able to get these items that will help us increase our damage, making this server a lot more fun for in-game. Because, I mean, right now, like, in-game is looking pretty horrendous. I mean, me just, like, training at roids for days upon days is not seeming too fun. So, yeah. But, this is running to the end. Last item was a ruby mask. Like I said, didn't really get a whole lot of stuff from this, sadly. And also, the raccoon mask I got, I used a 90% advanced pot scroll, and sadly it blew up. That was the first advanced pot scroll I've used that actually blew up an item, but hey, it's only 90%, so, I mean, I've had like 5, maybe 6 of those work already, so it was bound to have one of them fail at some point, but yeah, that's the end of this one though. I'll see you next one. Peace.